So in this module, I'm going to show you the model that we're going to be implementing and building together here in the WeTube Mastermind. I'm going to start by presenting it in a big picture view to kind of tell you how it works as an overall system. And then we're going to drill into the components, like the traffic engine and the traffic sources that we're going to use, the website and the funnels that we're going to use, the product engine, which is the two-step mastermind model. And then we're going to look at the math of running this model. So we're going to look at what products you're going to sell for roughly what price and how many people you're going to have in there. And then how much money that's going to make you per year in terms of revenue and in terms of profit. And then we're going to look at the team that you need to run this model at the different stages of growth. And I'm going to use my own company, consulting.com, as an example, but I'm also going to provide both this like FigJam file here that you're looking at right now so that you can edit it for your own business. And I'm also going to provide this Google Sheet so that you can customize it for your own business. So those are going to be our action items at the end of this module. So let's dig into it. So first of all, this model has been designed and optimized for our three goals, which is profit, client results, and happiness for you, the founder, for your team, and for your clients. So the beauty of this model is that everything feeds into everything else, and it's very simple and it's very efficient. So when it comes to the traffic engine, when you run YouTube ads, you will be getting mastermind clients and making money, but you'll also be growing your email list. And as you grow your email list, you can send people emails to your YouTube channel. And you can use your email list to grow your YouTube channel. Then as your YouTube channel grows, it'll start to pull in people that aren't on your email list. Then you can use your YouTube channel to grow your email list. And as your email list and YouTube channel grow, you can retarget those YouTube channel viewers with YouTube ads. So you see how, it doesn't really matter which one you use to get it started. You can use all of these three channels to feed off of each other. And that's how you start to build a traffic engine, right? And then you can send people from your email list to your mastermind on the front end or on the back end. You can also use YouTube ads to get mastermind clients. And you can use your YouTube channel to get mastermind clients. So once you have all three of these assets, you can use them to feed off of each other. And then you can use them to get clients for both of your mastermind products. And then once you've got clients in your front-end mastermind, you can renew them each year, right? Because it's recurring revenue. So there's a loop here, which means it's very efficient. But not only that, if you've got two masterminds, which is the goal, then you can upsell people from Mastermind 1 to Mastermind 2. And then when they're in Mastermind 2, you can renew them each year. In consulting.com, we've got some clients that we've had in our Quantum Mastermind, which is 36 grand for 8 years, right? So that's the beauty of this model. Once you get people into your products, you can renew them and upsell them and renew them. And then you can use these traffic sources to build off of each other. And ultimately, you can get to the point where you don't even need to run YouTube ads, which is finally where consulting.com has got to basically this year, right? Which is 2022. So this year, we haven't run any ads. All we've done is upload videos to YouTube and send emails to our list. And we've been able to fill up Quantum, and we will be able to fill up WeTube. And that means that, we can get about 7.3 million in revenue. Our costs will only be about $1 million. And our profit before profit share is 6.3 mil. But then we share roughly 40% of our profit with our team, which means we share 2.5 mil with them. Then profit after profit share is 3.8 mil, which is a 52% profit margin, which is extremely efficient. So this model here, it shares a lot of the profits with the team. It's very generous. It's overly generous compared to other businesses in this industry. But that's really important when you're trying to keep a team. And it's really important to keep a team when your team is responsible for managing the relationships with your clients, and your business model depends on you keeping your clients happy and renewing them each year, right? So it's all kind of designed to work together as a whole, right? And that's one thing you're going to notice as you go through the WeTube training, is that it's different, but everything has a very strong reason why it is that way. And I would rather spend more money on, paying money out to our team than spending money on ads. And it all works out, right? So ultimately, the goal for you is to build a model or to build a business that's very similar to ours in consulting.com, where you make 7.3 mil a year rev, 3.8 mil a year profit, and you have a team of 6 people that are rewarded well, and very happy clients that get results, and you only need to send a few emails a week and make a YouTube video every now and then, and have 2 masterminds that you enjoy running. That's the goal, right? Now, to run this model, we have this team of 6 people, and I presented them to you, in module 1. But basically, there's me, there's Jesse who runs operations, and he also helps clients, and he account manages clients. And then there's there's Hauser and Dre, and they're account managers as well. And then there's Sid, who's our community manager, and Brian, who's our YouTube ads expert. So that's basically this model, like a bigger picture kind of overview. Now, what I want you to do in terms of action items is, first of all, I want you to modify this FigJam file to suit your business. So you can just click this link here, and you'll be able to open this up. And then all you need to do is click this down arrow and then duplicate, and you'll be able to make a version for yourself. Then what you can do is you can just double click on these, and you can basically edit them. And what I want you to do is I want you to dream a little bit here. This is more like big picture thinking and vision and dreaming a bit. We have to think right out into the future to think what we want to build here, right? And then once we get the math lining up, the team lining up, and the products lining up, and the traffic sources and all of that, then, we can start to reverse engineer it from like what we want to make and what we need to do to make that, and then we can start getting to work. So what I want you to do is edit this FigJam file and define your products. Like, how much is your front-end mastermind going to be, and what's it going to be called? I recommend your front-end mastermind should be in between 5 and 10K per year. And then your back-end mastermind, I recommend it should be in between 20 and 40K a year, and you should come up with a name for that as well. And I recommend these as your traffic sources, but you might want to add a few more if you're really good at them, right? Now, in terms of websites and funnels, we just have a very basic website, consulting.com, and it just basically links to WeTube and it links to Quantum, and then people can look at Quantum and book a call straight away, and then they can join our newsletter like this, and they get on the email list, and if they click this, it just goes to our YouTube channel and it asks them to subscribe. So it's all very simple, and like I said earlier, it's designed, everything feeds into everything else. So the website is designed to get mastermind clients. It's also designed to get email list subscribers and YouTube subscribers. That's all it does. It acts as like a friend to the rest of the components in this model. Then later on in this WeTube mastermind, I'm going to introduce you to the VSL funnel, which is what you'll use to drive YouTube ads to your mastermind. It's basically a VSL call funnel. There's a landing page, you opt in, you watch a short video, and then you book a call and complete a survey, and then you get on a call, and then you buy the mastermind, right? So that's the funnel that we use when you're driving YouTube ads traffic. And then I'm going to teach you the launch funnel in week 2, which is a basic funnel that we use to launch a mastermind. And this is pretty exciting. It worked. We did this to launch WeTube, and it was a massive success. And this is the funnel that I recommend doing to launch. And you can also use it at different stages whenever you see an opportunity, because we also use this kind of funnel earlier in the year to fill up Quantum. And next week in week 2, I'm going to tell you exactly how to use this launch funnel. Later on, we'll tell you how to build the VSL funnel and run it with YouTube ads. And we'll also later on tell you how to do the website and everything. But yeah, you can just plot in, your website and your VSL funnel. A lot of these parts you won't have fully built yet, and they won't be that clear to you yet. The key lesson here is to just dream a little bit and imagine, out into the future of what you want to achieve. Then you can plot your team on this FigJam file. And then if you click this link here, you can open this Google Sheet. I've got it up here. And you should come up with your products, right? Like, what is your first product called? What is your second product called? And how much are you going to charge? I recommend for the front-end mastermind in between 5 and 10K a year. Back-end mastermind, I recommend in between 20 and 40K a year, right? Then what's your member cap going to be? In Quantum, we've capped it at 100. In WeTube, we've capped it at 360. Now, you might be wondering, well, I thought it was only 60. It is for the beta. But over the course of 12 months or more, we're going to gradually increase that cap as we see fit. And the goal is longer term, over like a year or more, to get it up to about 360. Now, if we find along that way that it becomes unstable at some point, we won't keep adding people to it. So it is capped at 60 for this beta. But we're going to tell you about this too. We call them like waves, which is you let one wave through and you make sure everything's good. Then you can bring in another wave and bring them through and make sure everything's good. A similar word for this is like a cohort, right? So that's what we do in consulting.com. So basically play with these numbers. Like come up with what your masterminds are called, what the price points are, what cap you're going to have it at long term, not just in the beginning, right? And then how much that will make you per year and per month. And then plot in your expenses for everything and see how much profit you're going to make here. And then play around with the idea of sharing some of the profit with your team. This model here is designed based on 2.5% for Stripe transaction fees. So if I change this to 3%, you can see it changed these costs, right? And if I changed this to like, 10%, it would modify everything here, right? So you can play around with all of this. And to do that, you just click File and then make a copy, and then you can edit it for yourself. So think about your expenses and how much you spend on different things, plot it in here, and then think about your products that you're going to sell and price points and everything, and just basically come up with a model and play around with it until it starts to make sense. And then once everything starts to make sense and kind of click together, I find it to be quite motivating because you know exactly what you need to do next, which is build it. And then you know exactly where you need to start to build it. And I don't know about you, but for me, I really need to understand the big picture and how everything's going to come together to produce the goal or the outcome that I want before I get motivated enough to actually begin working on it. So that's why we're starting WeTube in kind of a zoomed out 30,000 foot view, bird's eye view. We're trying to play with everything in this model and with the math to get it right, and then we'll start drilling into each part and building it out along the way. So those are your 2 action items. Modify the FigJam file to suit your business, and modify this Google Sheet to suit your business. And keep playing around with this until it clicks, until it basically makes sense. And once you've done that, awesome. Then you're ready for the next module, and I'll see you there real soon.